Honorable members, as I said, I'm going to read the President's letter. The letter is addressed to the Speaker of Parliament, the Right Honorable Speaker, Parliament of Uganda, Kampala, dated 22nd June 2024. Reference is budget reallocation by Parliament. The recent case of the members of Parliament that were arrested for some alleged offenses has again highlighted the mistake that the members of Parliament interfering with the constitutional mandate of the President of budgeting for the country by reallocating monies budgeted for the core sectors of the economy. In the last 4 financial years, the members of Parliament have been reallocated a total of Uganda shillings 3.7 trillion. This is a real sabotage. When we reconstructed Kampala-Masaka Road, we used Uganda shillings 440 billion. Therefore, diverting the 3.1 trillion in 4 years is equivalent to aborting 9 big roads of the Kampala-Masaka type, or a much larger number of smaller roads. You know very well the important roads that we have been struggling with. You have seen how much the Tirinyi-Palisa-Kumi road has helped the people of the area by avoiding the need to pass through Mbale city when they are traveling to Soroti. You have seen how the Musita, Mayuge, Namayingo, Busia Road has helped the people of that area. You have seen how the Mukono, Katosi, Nkokonjero, Nyenga Road has helped the people of that area. Yet, for the Tirinyi-Palisa-Kumi Road, we used Uganda shillings 443.42 billion only. How much more happy would you have the Ugandans be if you have tarmacked the Kumi, Ngora, Serere, Bugondo Road, the Soroti, Amoria, Achanpi, Patong, Abim Road, the Kanoni, Michana Road, the Nyansi, Kasanda, Bukunyu, Kivoga Road, the Sembabule, Liantonde, Rakai Road, the Luero, Butalangwa, Ngoma, Masindi Road, the Nsinka, Nyakabirizi Road, the Nakivale Rakai Road, the Fort Portal, Kijura Road, etc. I have written this issue, see my letter dated 28 April 2020. The Attorney General has guided on the matter. The court have guided, yet the practice goes on. There are 3 mistakes involved here. These are indiscipline in budgeting, sabotaging the national priorities, and now the suspicion of massive corruption. I am therefore writing to request that this practice stops accordingly. As per Article 91(3)(c) of the Constitution of 1995, I decline to assent to Appropriation Bill 2024 and return it to Parliament, and request that no reshuffling of the budget should ever happen again without an input of the executive. Apart from the legality and constitutionality of the issues involved, there is common sense. Sprinkling money by MPs to get cheap popularity in their constituencies will make us to lose the focus on the core items. How can patriots be part of these mistakes? Signed by the President, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Honorable members, I will still communicating. Under the rules, I'm supposed to send the report, the returned bill to the committee. And the relevant committee that I'm supposed to send the bill is the Committee of Budget. And as I said before, that the Budget Committee is not well constituted. And why is it not well constituted? Because we do not have other chairpersons, about 18 chairpersons. We do not have the chairpersons, and I think that is the spirit that the government chief whip came up with, that instead of going to the committee, can we handle it as a committee of the whole house? Honorable Dur, Constitutional Affairs.
Relevant committee, and the committee shall consider the request of the President and report to the House within 2 weeks. Under Rule 2, a committee, Right Honorable Speaker, means a committee of the whole House.
Is on procedure.
A standing committee, a sectoral committee,
is on procedure.
A select committee, an ad hoc committee, or any other committee of Parliament. Right Honorable Speaker, you have stated that under Rule 143(2), you may be under obligation to refer it to the Parliamentary Committee on Budget. And yet under Rule 2, the scope in terms of definition of a committee is wider, indicating means a committee of the whole House, a standing committee, a sectoral committee, a select committee. Right Honorable Speaker, would it be procedurally right for you to invoke your powers and this House constitutes itself into a committee of the whole House under Rule 2 of the Rules of Procedure of this Parliament?
Thank you.
You are right, but I must add that the strongest justification for not sending this bill to the Budget Committee is that there is a very serious allegation of grave corruption against the Budget Committee. And the wording of that letter by the President that specifically mentions allegations of corruption, and he's not doing it for the first time. When he came to pay tribute to the late Cecilia, he accused Parliament, in your presence, that the Parliament is corrupt. When we went for State of Nation, he said that. On Budget Day, he said that. And in the letter, the accusation is against all members of the Budget Committee. I would feel extremely uncomfortable that this reference is made to the Budget Committee. I support that the Committee of the whole House, and we are here seated, can actually process the matter.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I have a proposal.
Honorable members, honorable members,
Right.
honorable members, if the statement of
Honourable Speaker and honourable colleagues, this matter, Right Honourable Speaker, the matter is for us. Whether we do ping pong on who is corrupt and who is not, the matter is for us. When the budget committee brings the report, it is approved by the whole house. Whether you want to pretend that you are not touched or not, you are part of this parliament. It is my view, therefore, Right Honourable Speaker, that we restrict ourselves to either reconsideration or rejection of this matter, and we pass it and move. The rest is grasshopper mentality. You are in one bottle, just biting each other for no reason. That is my view.
Isaiah.
Madam Speaker.
Isaiah.
Thank you, Right Honourable.
Isaiah.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker and members, the appropriation bill was brought to this house. Budget committee did its work. This parliament passed it. I could remark after Right Honourable Speaker, if we compared what we passed at this house and what was sent to the president for consenting. As long as we first know what we passed, maybe you never know along the way. You never know along the way. That's why we need to first look at what we passed and what was sent to the president before you can proceed Right Honourable Speaker.
Honorable members, honorable members, honorable members, when a bill is passed in this house, it goes to the legal team to refine it and send it for assent. The bill that was sent to the president is what was passed in this house. We want to get a confirmation from the Minister of Finance. Was the bill which was passed in this house, is that what was received by the president?
Madam Speaker, I wish to confirm that the bill which Parliament passed on 16th of May 2024 is the same bill that was sent to the President for assent.
Thank you.
And here with me is the copy which I can lay.
Thank you. Aisha.
Actually, the President's letter blames corruption on the whole House. I even doubt whether at this time we have the moral authority to discuss what the President sent back to us after he has accused us, all of us, of being corrupt. Number two, when you listen to the President's letter, there are serious legal issues he speaks to. In a way, he wants his bill, the statutory bill that came to us, to pass as he brings it. Does Parliament have any mandate to appropriate, according to him? According to that letter, the President says we do not have mandate to tamper with his budget the way he brings to us. We honestly need legal interpretation whether this House has mandate to appropriate. And if the House has mandate to appropriate, then what is the form of appropriation that Parliament should do or can do? Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you. Thank you.
The first is that the government chief whip did not move a motion. He actually rose on procedure and he was seeking guidance. That is the first procedural issue I am seeking for your intervention. The second one, I disagree with my Minister for Justice that the whole of the budget committee is the actual accused of corruption. I sit on that budget committee. I have never asked or even signed the major report.
Honorable members, can I reread the letter?
Yes.
Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I need your protection, right, Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Prime Minister.
Right, Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, I want to request honorable members to appreciate that the President respects this House. That's why he sent back this bill for reconsideration. If he was not respecting us, he has other options. He can warrant, but he went aside. He decided to bring back this bill because he respects this House. Can I request, Right Honorable Speaker, that you allow the Attorney General to come in at this time so that he can guide us?
The issue of moving a motion is basically a prayer that somebody seeks for the House to take a decision. And he had his prayer, which has been put to a vote, and it has been accepted. So it passes. You want the letter to be reread? First of all, honorable members, we cannot say that our members are corrupt. We cannot, even if some of our members have been arrested and they're in prison, there is a presumption of innocence. Honorable members, can you shut up? Please. There is a presumption of innocence. You cannot say somebody is a thief. How many members are in a budget committee? How many are you? Chairman, how many members? There are 65 members in the budget committee. Now, we want a clarification from
this House on the procedural note that the matter before us borders criminality, and it is a matter that is unprecedented all over the African continent. Right, Honorable Speaker, so Madam Chair, we are proceeding in a manner that convinces me as though we are covering up some of the people for the wrongs they did in this. I was convenient if we were to move
Honorable,
this business.
Doctor, do you want to say that returning a bill is criminal?
Madam Chair,
I want to
as we speak, the budget committee is a crime scene.
Listen.
Members have been...
Can you sit down? Sit down. I want to refer you to article. Please. Rule 222, reconsideration of the decision of the House. The House has already made a decision. The House has already made a decision. Can I now have the Minister move a motion?
Item 3, moved by His Excellency the President. in accordance with Article 91(3)(c) of the Constitution and Rule 143 of the Rules.
Doctor, you wait. Let him move a motion, and you will bring all that when we are in the committee of the Hollow House.
Procedure, Right Honourable Speaker. I thank you for correcting the anomaly where you've referred now for a formal motion to be moved by the Minister of Finance. Since this is an appropriation bill, it couldn't have been moved by the government chief whip when the minister is here. That one, I thank you. But number two, Right Honourable Speaker.
The other one was different. Very different.
My implication is for you to pick the cue from that. I was just tickling you to pick a cue from that. I was giving you the beef from that.
Well, say it, stop tickling me.
Right Honourable Speaker, this is not a normal reconsideration of the bill. For almost a quarter of a century, I've been to this house. Almost a quarter of a century I've been to this house. I'm going to make a quarter of a century. This has never been, this is quite unprecedented. And I would have requested, Right Honourable Speaker, to allow the House to interrogate the circumstances under which the budget speech already made to the Ugandans were received by the country, and now the President is referring back the bill to this Parliament for reconsideration. Does it mean that the President reads the budget without assigning or assenting to it? And that is one dilemma. The second dilemma, Right Honourable Speaker, I have. As Parliament will look bad. Who caused this? We want to know. Don't blame all of us to this. Who caused all this? Let us know, let us interrogate who tampered for selfish reasons the budget of the country. If you talk about 3.1 trillion in 4 years, this is huge amounts of money. It isn't a normal reconsideration. Bad motive has been imputed on this house, and the President cannot speak in vain. It means he has evidence.
Can we first constitute the House into a committee of the whole House?
But
then
usually
we will talk.
Right Honourable Speaker, let us first exhaust this, then we can go back knowing the reasons. And what are we moving from and where are we moving next? Where is the problem? Who did this? We must know who are the thieves, if they are thieves of 3.1 trillion. Yes, I'll take it. This is getting out of hand.
Honorable man, you don't have to raise. You don't have to raise. I'm in that committee of the whole house. Can I have silence? Can you first, Honorable Minister of Finance, move a motion and we go into a debate?
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Right Honourable Speaker, I want to thank you for the opportunity. Right Honourable Speaker, the issue of corruption in this Parliament has gone beyond borders. Right Honourable Speaker, we have lost trust in the Budget Committee. That is why I think the President has written to you, so that this House can be given opportunity to scrutinize the budget in relation to his rejections for reallocation. Madam Speaker, the procedural matter I want to raise is, you already made a ruling on this matter. But let the House debate and let the House go for the reallocation. You have ruled, Madam Speaker. Are we moving well procedurally on a matter that you have ruled on?
Thank you. Honorable members, rule.
Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, as you have clearly stated, the President has returned the Appropriations Bill under Article 91(3)(c) of the Constitution. We are all aware that the financial year in Uganda starts on 1st July of every subsequent year. Before I direct myself exactly on the provisions of the law, Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, it is indeed the constitutional mandate of Parliament to appropriate money against the proposals that have been made by the President in the budget estimates in accordance with Article 156. While we exercise this mandate, the approval of the budget must be done in comparison to the budget that is presented by the Executive. That means this is a shared responsibility of both the Executive and the Parliament. Honorable Chimosho did mention here that we were all in the House when this bill was passed. And this Parliament constitutes a front bench and a back bench. And therefore we are collectively responsible for the decisions that were made in this House on that day. Right Honorable Speaker and Honorable colleagues, the decision for the President to return the bill is also founded in law. And the decision of the President to return the bill to this House is backed by both by Constitution and even our rules of procedure. And as such, we are not operating outside any provision of the law. While we do this appropriation, honorable colleagues and members,
Order, Madam.
we need to consider the priorities both of government and also the available resources. So, Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, when the bill is brought back to Parliament, it should not be taken as an offensive act by the Executive. Right Honorable Speaker and honorable colleagues, the framers of this Constitution were alive. The framers of this Constitution were alive to the fact that there will come a day when July 1 comes to pass before the Appropriations Act is passed. In Article 154(4), the exercise of the executive authority by the President to issue a warrant can be done before 1st July or after. Honorable colleagues, we don't have a crisis. Government, there are sufficient legal mechanisms to ensure that government continues running. I want to implore your colleagues, let us all sit down and reconsider.
Council, you mean a warrant has been issued?
No, the warrant has not been issued, but what Honorable Dur was asking is what happened. And we are saying that we are well within our rights because the Constitution anticipated that we can deal with the Appropriations Act even after 1st July. There is no warrant current.
So in...
Madam
Yes.
Speaker.
No?
Madam Speaker, both print and electronic media is awash with what the PSST opined about, especially when he raised this same issue of the warrant. And I would like to seek clarification from the Attorney General whether the President, as of now that we do not have an appropriation act in operation, whether he has already written or rather issued a warrant to issue funds from the consolidated fund until the expiry of 4 months as stipulated in that Article 154, which you have ably quoted.
Right Honorable Speaker, I can state with no fear that the President has not issued a warrant under Article 154(4) of the Constitution. The President has chosen to take the path of coming back to the House so we can go through this budget and do this exercise.
Procedure,
Honorable members, when you look at Article 154(4), in respect of any financial year, will not or has not come into operation by the beginning of the financial year, the President may, subject to the provisions of the article, authorize an issue of monies from the consolidated fund, and that is a warrant. Now, in the circumstance, today is second, and that's why we say, because of the time, let's have this passed so that we do not bring in the issue of the warrant. We have the act passed, we have the bill passed, and then we have the act by it. Then the motion.
Procedure.
Yes?
Yeah, but Madam Speaker, even this particular sitting of Parliament is costing money. That's why when you took a decision that the budget will be read in May and it will be processed in May and read in June, the idea was that day one under Section 13 of the Public Finance Management Act, that day one you issue authority to begin spending. I have seen ministers coming here. So who has fueled their vehicles? Under whose authority are they spending? So that's what you need to deal with practically.
Thank you. Honorable Minister, can I have the motion?
Procedure for the motion. Procedure, Honorable Speaker.